We lack sometimes leaders. Good leaders are not coming forward to ask to be part of the of any of that inshallah ta'ala work that we're doing, for example. So who jumped to that leadership? People who are not qualified. Now people who fear Allah Azza wa Jal, and they know that they can perform good and they can inshallah deliver good, they should actually step forward. Why? Because there is ajr on that. Because he used that, yani whatever Allah give you at leadership to bring you inshallah closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So leadership can be inshallah ta'ala for a Muslim who fear Allah Azza wa Jal, like Sahaba to Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. They used not to look for it, but if it comes to them, they were there for it. And Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam didn't give it to people who asked for it. Anyone who asked for leadership, no. And Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, even Abu Dharr, he said to him, إِنَّكَ مَرْءٌ ضَعِيفٌ, you are weak. Well, that's not weak iman, but your personality is not for that leadership. But other people, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam pointed them for the leadership. So using leadership for sa'ada, because why you get happy on that? Not because of you see that people are benefiting from you, so that can bring you joy and happiness when you are inshallah ta'ala as a leader. You have inshallah ta'ala under you there is many people who are working under you leadership. That's good. You are actually supporting so many people. That happiness you find, because back again is that joy that you have inside your heart. As a believer, you are happy and you are actually using that leadership for the pleasure of Allah. On the other hand, you have people who are leaders, but they're going to be holding accountable in the day of judgment. And in Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam al-hadith, he said, if anyone will lead 10 people and he doesn't do justice between them, he will come in day judgment, they're going to be holding his neck. You see? But it can be inshallah ta'ala that will be taken to the Jannah when a person is doing what? Serving people. Sayyidul Qawmi Khadimuhum. Person who serves people, that person he is blessed because he is the best among people. He's bringing what? Everything they need, he's there for them. He's actually doing great job. Like yourself, inshallah ta'ala. Don't ever underestimate to help and to be part of that yani, progress for this ummah, inshallah ta'ala. Now, and how, inshallah ta'ala, we can say that to achieve or to be really, truly happy. I will mention only two things, inshallah ta'ala. 2 points that really, if we think, there's so many, but just if we think about these two, would be, inshallah ta'ala, opening lots of good doors for us, inshallah ta'ala, to be among those people who will be happy in this year and the year after as well. To be actually thankful. Why? Thankfulness, that's really the key to the joy and the happiness. And Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, I give you just an example. He said, من سرته حسنته وأساءته سيئته فهو مؤمن. When you do something here, you appreciate and you do something good and you feel good about it. You know when you do a charity, nobody saw it. And you did something, you help somebody. Or you give something to somebody. And then that people are and they are pleased with you and they are happy. You feel happy. You feel happy. That's mu'min. But when you do something wrong, you talked about somebody or you hurt feeling of somebody, but you are really hurt inside. That's sign of iman. That's really sign of iman. If you got that, you have to be thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Thankful. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَإِن تَعُدُّوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ لَا تُحْصُوهَا. If you try to count the benefit and the blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you will not be able to count them. Wallahi. I mean, you visit the hospitals, which is Sunnah Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, that we should do that, right? When you visit the people who are in the hospital, and many of our people from our community, for example, where I come from, just not long ago, we lost a girl 22 years old, mashallah, very young age. And I was blessed, alhamdulillah, to go and visit her right before she died, night before. And you see the ni'mah that you have and I have, you said, alhamdulillah, Allahumma laka alhamdu wa Allah, you feel the joy inside because they don't have what you have. So when you are thankful to Allah, the happiness is there. Really, you are happy. Believe me, You are so happy you don't know it. You are enjoying every moment of your life because you think about it, subhanallah. I could be that person. I could be that person lying down there. Musa ﷺ, he said to his people, and it was the key for them to have success and to be happy and to be always enjoying what Allah blessed them with, that they are the best people in that time, right? Chosen people, and his time, alayhi salam, he said, وَإِذْ تَأَذَّنَ رَبُّكُمْ لَإِنْ شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ وَلَإِنْ كَفَرْتُمْ إِنَّ عَذَابِي لَشَدِيدٌ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to Musa to say to the people, Bani Israel, لَإِنْ شَكَرْتُمْ, if you are thankful, I will increase. Increase what? The wealth, everything, the happiness, the joy, to do the ibadah, that tranquility, that peace, I will increase. وَلَئِنْ كَفَرْتُمْ, but if you disbelieve in what? Ni'mah. Ni'mah of Allah. Don't say, well, I don't have. You have, but you say, oh, I don't have much. Say, Alhamdulillah. Wallahi, say, Alhamdulillah, and Allah Azza wa Jal will actually increase for you. And by the way, hamd, you have a planted tree in Jannah. Look at the benefit of that. I mean, you get even benefit of what? You are planting trees in Jannah. You all know the hadith of Anas radiallahu anhu, hadith عند البخاري, when he went actually Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in Isra al-Mi'raj, when he met Ibrahim, and he said to him, Musa, عفوا, Jibril, هذا أبو الأنبياء Ibrahim. So he gave him salam. And then what he said to him, Ibrahim عليه السلام, to our beloved Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم, قال, بلغ أمتك السلام. Say salam to your ummah and tell them, إن الجنة قيعان. Jannah is already exists, Jannah. And Jahannam also. He said, but something amazing. He said, وَالْجَنَّةُ قِيعَانِ, meaning there is empty spot. There's still places that can be planted something. وَغِرَاسُهَا سُبْحَانَ اللَّهِ وَالْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ وَلَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهُ ذِكْرُ اللَّهِ عَزَّ وَجَلَّ. So when he said, Alhamdulillah, you are not only, you feel happy, but also you get the reward of that. Subhanallah. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Hadith Qudsi, when he mentioned, he said, أخلق ويعبد غيري وأرزق ويشكر غيري. Allah, He created everything. Allahu khaliqu kulli shay. He created everything subhanahu wa ta'ala. Subhanahu wa ta'ala. In Hadith Qudsi, he said, أخلق, I create and somebody else is worshipped. Subhanallah. Subhanallah. Look how Allah is so merciful. Otherwise, He could take everybody out from this life. How many people worship Allah? They are the few. We are the few. Don't ever think you see the masjid, mashallah, and say, mashallah. We are little tiny bits of billions of trillions, whatever it is, or zillions of people who don't know Allah Azza wa Jalla. They are actually worshipping others, either themselves or the wealth or whatever, or idols or Isa alayhi salam, and he's innocent from that. People worshipping all kind of. I just was watching a documentary about Japan. It's about how people are living in some islands. It was a fisherman. And I saw something and I said, Subhanak ya Rabb. Subhanak. A very beautiful part of the world. The fish that they have, no other place have that fish. A special fish, I forgot the name of that. It was an English documentary. And they do every year, they have a celebration. What they do? They have actually a picture of the fish. And they come actually to that temple. And they are actually praying to that. Thanking, they said, the nature or whatever for giving them that fish. And I remember Hadith al-Qudsi. أخلق ويعبد غيري. I create and somebody else is what? Worship. وأرزق ويشكر غيري. And I give rizq, right? Allah provide everything for us. Doesn't matter you have money, you have everything, but who give you this? Everything. You name it, everything you think about is from Allah. فما بكم من نعمة فمن الله. Every ni'mah you have, even the ni'mah of thinking clear, breathing, smelling, well, you name it, all from Allah. So he said, وَأَزْرُزُقُ وَيُشْكَرُ